Right, my phone's working?
He's trying to cuff on my ass, okay?
Listen, I gotta go on my ass.
You're on the microphone.
Well, look.
Even probably like 2 seconds. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Dapper. I am your host, Dapper Luke. We are here once again for Famous Radio Live, the Dapper Hour. Week number 6 going on. What's going on this week? New York Men's Fashion Week. So this week I want to definitely bring in some of my model folk. My crew, model gang is in the building. I have quite a few members of model gang. You hear me talking about them every single week. We decided to do a reunion show. This is also my birthday week. For those that don't know, Dapper Luke did have a birthday. I won't tell you my number, but I know my folks will probably put you out there. So listen in a little bit. You'll find exactly how old I am. And I'll probably be up in D.C. this weekend, so not a lot of partying here in Hampton Roads. But catch me in D.C. working as always. So, before I get started, as I always do, definitely have to shout out my folks that were in here last week. Rob Endo, we had an outstanding conversation. He's actually back in the building today. I'd like to have him here. What's going on, Rob? You still here today?
What's up,
Thank you for being in the building, Rob. Also, got to definitely shout out my guest last week, the Dapper Happy Hour. We had Talton Manning over there at Island Twisted. Outstanding job over there. Just a great time. No Dapper Happy Hour this week. Hit me next week at the Island Twist. Definitely going to be out there. Quick recap of the weekend. Saturday was all about the family, so I went over there with the family. Sunday, the Ben Dope Fashion Show. Quite a few more people were in that. So definitely had to go out there and show support. Shout out to Crystal Diggs and Raquel. What is it? Raquel Rockwell. She did big things over there for that. The Ben Dope Fashion Experience. That was at John A's down in Norfolk. So, let me go ahead and introduce my family. So, in the building today, I have Model Gang. Model Gang, what's going on? How y'all doing? Loud, they're ready to go today. So I'm gonna start, on the far right here, or my far right. Introduce yourself. Let us know how long you've been modeling, and we'll go from there.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jasmine, Jasmine Deanna in the model world. I've been modeling since 2013, print, New York Fashion Week, Virginia Fashion Week, you name it, I've been in it.
Been doing big things. Welcome to the show, Miss Jasmine. Next.
Hi, I'm Latoya. Been modeling for about 2 years now, 1.5, 2 years now. Been in a few shows, local, but now I am transitioning into becoming a fashion designer, so I'll be in Patricia's
doing big things, okay.
I believe her show is on August 13th.
Okay,
so.
the Future in Fashion, we're talking about that a little bit later also, thank you. Next.
Day.
The one, the only.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Ken the Model. Been modeling for about 3 years now. Texas, born Texas, raised, VA, living.
He's in here doing big things. And what is I'll get that for you, but we'll keep going to the introductions. Who we got next?
It's your girl, Latanya Simone. Hey, y'all. Let me think. I've been modeling for, about 3 years with everybody from Model Gang. I've done fashion shows all around the 757, North Carolina. Yeah, a few pickup shows, but other than that, that's it. Y'all know me. Y'all know me when y'all see me.
Right on.
Come on,
next we got Mr. Smooth, one of my co-hosts. What's going on?
Peace. What's going on?
What's going on there, brother? Tell me about you, when you got started, how long you been doing this modeling thing.
That's probably about 2015. Started the Scratch is the first show. I've done a couple shows since then. Other than that, trying to get back out here and do a little bit more as soon as possible.
You working, so I'm glad you're on the show today, brother. And finally, we got Mr. Rob Endo. What's going on there, brother?
Yo, what's the word, man? How can I go after that? Hey, look, it's your boy Rob now. You know what I'm saying? Been modeling for about 2 years myself. You know what I'm saying? And
taking his clothes off.
I'm everywhere, man. I'm everywhere.
Doing big things. All right, so just to kind of jump right into it, I'm going to ask you guys one quick question and see who can answer this question. When did Model Gang come together? When did we first say Model Gang? Who knows the show?
It was the arts.
The art show. You know the date of that show?
No.
It was
August
November
2015. November 15th, 2015 was when Model Gang actually came together. So let me just say a little bit of Model Gang. Model Gang is a group of models. We got together we had a common goal. We all like to hang out with each other, and we all were in fashion. So that's kind of how Model Gang came together. And that first show, we actually started talking about Model Gang as a brand, was the art show in Newport News, Virginia, November 15th, 2015. So, hey, that's a little bit of Model Gang trivia for y'all. Let me ask y'all this. So, as far as shows that you guys have been in, what is like your favorite show you've done? Whether it be the experience, whether it be the modeling, the clothes, like what's your favorite show you've been in?
I would say the one I just did this over the weekend.
The Bendo.
The Bendo.
The
Yes,
Bendo
yes.
fashion experience.
My babe was
Yes.
giving face. She
Okay.
was walking for
Right
her
on.
life.
So what
Yes.
about that show
I missed that
stood out
one,
for you?
man.
What made that show?
Just
that
the
show?
whole, as far as the practices, everything was on point. They had food. They made sure that we was taken care of. There was no hassle. Everything just went really smooth. Everybody on the day of the show was like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's just too perfect.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, like, I'm just gonna look at it from a perspective of a person that went to the show. I'm not a model at that show. I did model in some shows. What did you think about the venue, the setup, and how you had to transition to the runway?
The venue was pretty dope. It was something different. And then just to think that we should just come from the back and leave exit right out the front door, it's never been done. So I think that was a brilliant idea.
It was good. I
Yeah,
mean, I
very
think
good idea.
from a perspective of a photographer, it was a little difficult, but overall, it was different. And like they say, you know, you want to not keep doing the same thing over and over again. So from that aspect of it, yeah, it was good. It was some unique looks, and for the most part, I mean, it was a very informed crowd. The crowd was really informed. It was a lot of people that are in the fashion world here in Hampton Roads that were there, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. Seating, I understand people complain about seating. It is what it is. I don't think that she thought it was going to be as big as it was
Right.
as far as guests. So that's kind of one thing you have to work with. But like Latanya said, you know, when you are in a venue, you can't change it, you know, last minute. You know, so you have to keep that venue because that's just part of, you know, business 101. Everyone is committed to that venue. The venue themselves, you probably put a deposit on it, so why do you want to change that at that time?
Also, I want to shout out Cabana Black for pulling me out to walk and open that show. Your girl did her thing with her little fishnet shirt.
That's right.
It was all
Y'all saw
right.
them photos. Y'all saw them pictures. So
Yeah,
thank you,
shout out
Cabana.
my guy Kevin Higgins, you know,
Yes.
doing big things
'Cause
behind
he-
the lens. You know, he's always taking great
Right.
photos.
I thought the photos were good from that show. I mean, you're right. Like, I thought the angles would be a little bad because how everyone was, but the photos that I saw on Facebook, they were caught at good angles.
That
They
was
were.
because we're working with a professional photographer. Kevin always doing big things. Like I said, he knew how to position himself, and he's not afraid to tell the crowd, "Hey, shift to the side, so I get the best photos." So I mean, any other shows that you guys, you know, New York, North Carolina, Florida, what was like any other shows you guys may have seen?
I would have to say DC Fashion Week for me.
Okay, yes, that was an awesome show. The Swim Week or just the DC Fashion Week?
Well, actually both of them. Swim
Okay.
Week and Fashion
Oh,
Week.
you did have a little tight little thing.
Yeah, you know, long legs. I got to show them, you know.
And them
But,
guns.
slight,
Slight work. You put in a little bit of work.
But yeah, DC Fashion Week was like one of my first major shows. I really enjoyed how everything was put together. So that was actually my first real casting call, so to speak. And then even when I met you guys, that was my first show, The Arts, 2015. So I was like scared out of my mind because I had never walked.
Yeah.
So y'all, you know, y'all
So
kinda-
pretty much 2015, that was like your first show?
that was my
experience?
first ever experience.
So I'll start out with you, Kim. What made you want to get into modeling? What was that draw for you?
Well, I mean, I think it was the drive that I had because living in Texas, Dallas wasn't a big fashion, but it was known for the arts. So it was like the people were hidden behind the scenes, and it was kind of hard to get into or to break into it. So it wasn't until I got here that I got into it because a member of my church and her brother, they actually put on that event. So I knew them personally. And so that's what kind of got me into it. I still had that ambition and drive to just continue on in spite of.
Yeah, right on. What about you guys? What kind of got you guys into modeling?
I think it was for me. I don't
I think
I fell in mine.
even though it wasn't, I think I liked Gentleman's Brunch. I always, Luke, I enjoyed that. And I think the first art show, and then any show that I was in with y'all. I mean, one thing about y'all is, I like the family aspect.
Yeah, I mean,
of it,
I
and I
think
really enjoy
that's one of the
everything that
reasons
I do with y'all.
I like Model Game because it was always, even if the show was quote unquote bad, we had a good time at the show
Right.
as
Yeah.
a group. We had fun together. We made the experience fun.
Right.
Whenever we had a show going on backstage, we were the most live people in this. Everybody wanted to be a part of Model Game. But I'd say 2015, 2016, like you could not go to a show and not have Model Game a part of that show
Right.
in some way, some fashion. So
Even not just doing the shows, man. Everywhere we go, man, we go to clubs, promote. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course, that promote the club. With Modern Game, when we go in the building, man, listen,
it's a good time.
We
what's
showing
that word?
out.
We turn up.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Lord have mercy.
We make stuff happen, man.
Lord have mercy. I would say, Richmond Fashion Week has been the best fashion show that I've done just because of the media. As far as media, you need those pictures, you need that exposure so that people can want to see you more and get to know your name. So I think Richmond Fashion Week has done that for me multiple times, but your girl retired, so
Retired.
yeah.
That's why you went out there this weekend. They pulled you out of retirement for that.
I killed it. Yeah, I killed it.
You did your thing. I mean,
Make sure y'all go on Facebook to pull up them pictures because your girl next was out and I had to kind of like bling it out a little bit. And that
Bling
was
it out.
everybody.
Right on.
Yes.
Right on. So you did your thing.
I
Great,
did.
great. And then who else did I get? We got everybody with y'all.
Jazz
Jazz.
and talk.
Jazz.
I've done so many shows, but one that stood out to me was probably the one right after the arts that I did at the Peninsula Fine Arts Center with Leslie.
Okay, yes,
The
I attended
Unleashed
that
show, yeah, you was
Oh, I
there.
remember that.
The venue was nice.
Luke's
It was
everywhere.
A lot of people had performances. I liked my outfit. Everything ran smooth. Shout out to Leslie and Ron Cook. They put on a good show. And just like y'all said, 2015 was like me starting back up modeling again because I had been, kind of quiet. So that was a good year. 2015 was a good year.
Yeah,
I met y'all,
you were
Model
quiet at the
Game
arts.
came
We had to break her
together.
out.
Yeah, I was quiet. Ain't know nobody.
This might be a surprise though. Like I think my favorite show or where it all started for most of us was the arts. And the reason being is because like this is where I met.
The
Everybody.
first show
Yeah.
was the best one.
Yeah, the first show. That's what I'm talking about. This is where I met everybody. And the funny story, man, I always bring this up, and the guys don't like me bringing it up, but we had a $20 on the table, right? All the guys at MG, and we had to do push-ups. Whoever last,
Oh, that wasn't the art show.
that was the arts.
No, that was the show we did over at the Portsmouth. It was me, you, Alan. That wasn't the
We
art
did it?
show.
No, I wasn't at that one. I wasn't
This
at
was the
that
show
one.
we did when we was at the Sports Hall of Fame. That was a
Yeah.
different show. But I know exactly what show you're talking about because you were there with Mario. That's when we met you.
Yeah,
when you were doing the,
That's
Reckless. But that was. But I know exactly what show. I was at that show.
that was a
too,
good
That was
show.
a great
That
show.
was a real good show.
Well, who won
That
the
was one of my-
$20?
Oh, who you
Rob
think-
won the
who you-
damn $20.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, yo. Who you think won? Hey, look, let them know who won, man.
Won the $20.
Alright, that's all I gotta say.
Catch Rob on the health and fashion show. He's a personal trainer. He won the push-up contest. You know what I'm saying? Why would he not? It'd have been a problem if he didn't win the push-up contest. But I definitely, that was a very fun show. I mean, like I said,
that was
anytime
a
Model
good show.
Game is in, we always have an outstanding time.
Right.
We just got another one of our Model Game folks in the building, Miss Catherine. What's going on, Miss Catherine? How you doing?
Oh, hey guys, how we doing today?
Hey, girl, congratulations.
Having fun,
Thank
yes.
you.
So, as far as somebody that wants to get into modeling, that new face, that new person, like I want to get into modeling, kind of touch it. What is some advice you can give to those people?
I mean, don't stop. Don't give up. Always go after what you want, your passion. Main thing is if you're trying to get into modeling, you have to market yourself, your portfolio, take great pics.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, all the time it doesn't have to be professional. Take it with your phone.
It's network.
But
It's
as
all
long
about
as you-
networking.
Yeah, and so
Get in front of
always
the,
network.
Get in front of the, networking is a big thing. get in front of the mirror, you know, look at your facial features, how you take pictures.
We know you do a lot of
Get
that.
a birthday photographer. I don't be in the cameras. I don't be in the mirrors like that.
You is a lie. You is a
I
lie.
don't take pictures. I don't really
Really?
take pictures.
You just screamed on me at the last show about taking a picture. Get a picture of me and Benji. Get a picture of me and Benji.
But that was my favorite radio live. I had to get a picture with them. You know what I'm saying? You want to come? We
We love you,
photographer.
Ben.
I got to make sure that you're out here working. You know what I mean?
But you gotta critique your craft.
Right.
So
Yes,
you gotta work on
definitely.
critiquing everything.
Right.
And you gotta take it seriously. Like, if it's something that you really want to do, then you really have to get out here and be noticed and make it work.
Right on, right on.
Look, if you have to, go and take a picture, couple of pictures in the mirror, see what's your best side and all that you got to do. But it's gonna be a lot of picture taking, you know what I mean? And photographers gonna post it. They're gonna post it, regardless if you want to or not. So
Understand you're gonna have people that you meet that are gonna be able to do things for you. People that you're gonna meet, they're gonna say they can do things for you, don't do anything for
Right.
you. And people who you least expect, you know, to do things for. So it's a blend. Like I said, I've been blessed in a sense of I actually did not come into this like I want to be a model. I wanted to be a blogger. I was like, okay, I like to take pictures of myself in suits, the Dapper look, Dapper Luke. You know, the website is up. You know, the blog. But aside from that, always got the plug. Man. Always got the plug. Outside of that. I was pulled into a campaign, the Beauty and Strength calendar, because of the way I dress. They were like, we like the way you look. We want that as a part of the calendar. So I walked into the calendar with that mindset, okay, I'll help with this calendar. But they were like, we actually want you to be in the calendar. And then from there, I met Ron Cook, met a few agents, started doing the bridal shows, and pretty much we've just been rolling since 2015, like rolling hard. I would probably say I'm a little retired too, not retired in the sense of LaTanya. But I'm retired. You know what
I'm
saying?
not
Like,
retired if y'all throwing out them dollars though.
that's the thing. That's the thing. And that's a very good point.
Right.
At some point, you do want to get paid for your craft.
Right.
It is a passion, and that's the one thing you got to understand about a passion and work.
Mhm.
You work for money, all right? You do a passion because that's what you want to wake up and you want to do every day.
Right.
Now, if you can combine the two, if you can get paid for your passion, that's the ultimate thing in life. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody should be striving for.
Right.
But just understand that if you go after your passion, you may not get the kind of money that you want. Just understand you're being recorded as well. So, hey, how you doing?
Well, back on to piggyback what you were saying, it's not that I'm more so retired. I've just learned very soon that, you know, I like modeling. I like being out and, you know, people seeing me and walking. I love all that. But I found that my thing is mentoring. I love the mentoring the young teens that, you know, have self-esteem issues because I'm like the biggest. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Advocate.
Yes, I'm like the biggest cheerleader when it comes to my girl. Right, like I'm pretty
You
sure
really got stuck on
any.
advocate? That was the word you got stuck on?
Look, we're not gonna do that wasn't the word I was gonna.
Can
Can we be serious?
We are
See,
serious.
this
We're gonna keep it
is
simple.
what
We're
we
gonna keep
do.
it simple,
Look,
alright?
this is what MG do, y'all. This is the real us, raw and uncut. But
that's
like
what we
I was
want. Okay,
saying,
get on it. Get on it.
okay, my thing is
Sibling
mentoring. I
rivalry.
love mentoring kids. Y'all know I'm like the biggest cheerleader when it comes to my sisters and my brothers in model game. Like I know y'all heard videos, y'all hearing me say Toya, yes, Jazz, yes, Liz, Kim, babe. Like you have to do that. I'm like the biggest cheerleader. I just love the mentoring. Right, Rob, now you know.
I'm just,
But that's good. I mean, I definitely like the fact that, like you said,
I'm just playing.
I found my thing.
you have to find, like you said, the thing that you like. It may not be mine. It may not be mine. It may
What is
be.
your niche?
You know, people start out as models and they open a model agency. Or they become photographers. Or they become, you know, stylists. Or they become any way. It's like the modeling for me has opened so many doors for me. Like I don't think I would have had this radio show had I not started modeling. Modeling kind of introduced me, got me out there. It kind of got that Dapper Luke brand really rolling, and then, you know, thus we got to this point right here. Now, maybe I'll get a TV show one day. Maybe I'll do some movies. I got a couple movies I'm in right now. I won't throw names out there because I'm doing shameless plugs. I don't want to do that.
Are you a
I won't
slave?
do it.
Are you a slave again?
I'm not a slave. I was what you call contraband. I was free. I just didn't have a lot of money back
What
then.
about that music video? What about that music video where he was like the demon? Y'all remember?
Yes.
That was a good
in-
video though. I
yes,
did like that video.
That was for my guy Child out here in Hampton Roads doing his thing as well. Nate Brown was the director for that. So I mean, overall,
Shout out
this
to
was an
Nate.
outstanding time. But we're gonna close down this little session right here.
I was a cop.
Before we go out, I just want to know, what do you guys have coming up? Anybody got anything coming up? I know Latoya has something coming up. What you got, Latoya? I mean, you don't have to talk on it specifically, but give me a little bit of what you got.
Yes, I will be actually a designer in the Future in Fashion show. That's Patricia's show. Again, that will be August 13th. Please come out, show your support. I know a lot of people they're probably thinking that I'm going to do the maxi skirt line, but I'm not. I have a lot of new things.
Don't tell them all your stuff,
I'm
girl.
not, but it's going to be a surprise. I'm working hard.
But you understand what you're bringing out is something brand new. Okay, anybody else got anything coming up? Who's got something else coming up?
A wedding.
Catherine?
So happy belated birthday.
Thank you very
Let's
much.
put that out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
it was my birthday. My
Luke,
birthday.
Happy 39th birthday.
It ain't my 30 something. It ain't 39.
I'm here thinking 50.
No, it ain't
I'm here thinking 50.
I'm
man.
wiser, you know what I'm
You know
saying,
what
but I
I'm
ain't
saying?
50.
So, what you got coming up, Rob?
Man, I'm working on this YouTube channel, man. I got.
You said push-ups, what?
Look, this YouTube channel starting, next week. Check me out. It's gonna be Crowned Fit.
Crowned or
CROWNED.
crowned?
Crowned.
Crowned.
CROWN. I got this. Look, I'm spelling it out.
I'm spelling it out.
CROWNEDFIT. Check me out next week, man.
Crown Fit.
Yeah, a lot of
Right on.
information, man. Videos, all that, man.
You need a personal trainer. Shout my man out.
Yeah. Get me. I'm on IG Gambia, GAMBIA 25. You know what I mean? I gotta spell it out there, man. Cause
Folks can spell Gambia?
yeah.
All right. Anybody else got any projects coming up?
I just found out that I'll be doing African Fashion Week again in
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Good.
Why are we clapping? I'm get this
Because they my cheerleaders.
Okay, right on.
Let me also tell y'all, Juice.
Gotcha.
Oh my God, not Juice. My son must be doing something. He must be still doing something. But Luke is the most jealous person in this group. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong, y'all?
Luke is not.
Yes, you are. You can't talk about somebody more than Luke.
That is not the case. But
Whatever.
hey, this has been an outstanding conversation. We're gonna take a quick break. Gotta pay some bills. Gonna actually go out here and listen to a little bit of music, and we'll be right back. Golly.
I need some
Y'all
air.
killing me. Open that door for a second.
I just know I heard you all the way down.
You got no AC?
I was like,
That
I
was
was on the
it.
right way.
I'm not gonna My phone's getting extra loud.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, funny. Y'all too funny.
I was like, this was
I was if Bruce take that voice down 5 more notches. Bruce to the mic, turn to the side like.
This is your boy Bruce.
Yeah.
Y'all love by having a good ass time. And he eating a sandwich
Yes, right.
from the fifth floor.
It's okay, baby. It's okay.
You break it down.
I didn't do that.
Nah, it keeps falling by itself. I think we gotta put it down to where it's.
You might put that in level. Yeah, that.
That pole.
Pause. What the fuck? Is that supposed to
Wait a minute, was I really jacking the mic off on camera?
Yes.
And it's still
Yeah,
talking. It's
really
still
well.
recording right now. Y'all didn't know we was recording it in.
I forgot once we started like
Well, I can't help
talking.
what your mind do. Like, don't do it.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I forgot. I would have never said that pole thing. Oh my god.
It's too late, man.
Anyway, can't remember that day you saved my life at that kickback. Remember, Jazz, when you went to? The kickback that we went to in Hampton that I invited y'all to? And you saved my life.
Oh, you go.
Yes, the goat.
Greatest.
Everybody ready?
You good? Yeah.
Wait, I gotta say this one.
We're gonna get into relationship talk now. New question.
Whoa.
And this is not a relationship in the sense of your personal relationship. This is you're talking to an audience here. Ain't no goddamn MG relationship, is it?
better. Look, you done.
Why your voice get so deep?
Turn it
Like
back
Bruce.
down, mic on.
I don't know what.
Hey, hold on, man. Yo,
Let me say this.
Bruce put me. Look, Bruce made me feel like I'm a girl.
Boys got seven octaves lower.
Come on. What's over y'all? Hold on, son. What am I supposed to say after that, yo? What am I supposed to say after that?
We got them for that. Everybody ready?
Let's
Five,
get it.
Who gonna start off this
Four.
relationship?
Bruce.
3,
I don't know how
2,
Yes.
1. Welcome back, welcome back. This is the Dapper Hour on Famous Radio Live. I am your host, Dapper Luke. Still have Model Gang in the building.
We
had
there.
a whole lot
We
of
back.
fun here for the first quarter of the show. What's going on, people?
What's up? We back. What up?
So we just want to kind of shift gears just a little bit, talk about some
A lot of
relationships,
bit,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
quick shift.
Yeah,
All right, so
yeah.
we're talking about as far as like relationships. Now relationships in the sense of my audience, I want to talk to you guys, let y'all know what's going on. So for you guys, you know what I'm saying, I know y'all a very attractive bunch here.
I'm
you know.
fine. You right.
I know you think all
Thank
about
you.
yourself. Yes, you all look amazing. And so as far as like, dating, meeting people, what's the best place? Is it like church, clubs, social networks? Like, if you were looking for somebody new right now, what y'all looking at right now?
The grocery store.
The grocery store. Why the grocery
Walmart.
store? Walmart.
I don't look.
I don't know.
Go ahead,
Man,
Jess.
listen.
Go ahead, Jess. When you are disengaged, where you find your boo
Oh,
at?
What is the place to find folks?
I got you,
Work.
Pat.
Thank you, Bruce. No.
That's Rob. Rob, the guy.
We're not gonna do that.
Rob, the guy,
Maybe like Christians.
Christian mingle?
What?
Christian
Could you
mingle.
get you a nice holy person?
Maybe
Holy
creeps
person.
under
If you
that.
want that type of person, but don't you think that people probably get on there that think that they're gonna find a good person, and then if everybody on there thinking that they find a good person, people on there ain't good people. You know what I'm
Listen.
saying?
That's true.
I wish y'all see I can see this ring on this finger right now, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
This
big.
ring on this finger is like, huh? Yeah, I wish hey, look.
Almost went blind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Over here.
Right on, right on.
Damn.
Relationships, but man, you can find anybody anyway, man. My place to go is Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Lord have mercy.
Is there a particular aisle in Walmart?
Huh?
Is there a particular aisle in
The
Walmart?
nutrition section.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The health
yeah.
and
Or you can
beauty.
help
Look,
them fit.
Wait, look, check this,
Just go over
check
there and
this.
do some push-ups and wait for somebody to come by.
Nah, check this though. Hold on, y'all
Get
don't
on
put that
that
push
lip.
up thing out there. But look, if you go like, for guys go like to the cosmetic aisle, you always gonna find a, some good looking girls.
Why you over there?
But they take care of themselves. It's somebody
No,
that
why
you
you
know,
in the cosmetic aisle?
to look for.
You want to get some things that you
You know
can
what I'm saying?
make sure your skin. We like to keep our skin nice.
We
as
know
well.
Get
shiny
somebody-
black. We know.
Thank you. I do take care of my skin as well. Make
But
sure
nah,
my
I mean,
skin is
you
nice.
can find somebody anyway. I mean, Walmart is my place to go. That's where I,
Well, let me
Sound
just
like a
say
lot of-
this: when I'm
my
out, when
relations.
I'm out and Rob is with me, he kills all the future play that I'm gonna have. So
yes,
when
yes.
I'm out with them, I definitely know that all my opportunities are shot because my brothers are definitely some good looking men, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta keep the bar a little bit high. You know what I'm saying?
But Tanya's not looking, but I am single.
Right on. Good information. Is everyone looking? Who? I mean, no, not everybody looking.
I'm not
not
looking,
everybody
but
looking.
if you come my way and I blink and I see you, I'm like.
I see.
But I like to eat,
Everyone likes to eat. That's
You
a
can't tell by
necessity.
looking at her, but she knows.
Turn the mic off. Turn his mic off.
Yes,
She
right
got
on.
that. She got that.
Yo, I just feel like right now I'm at a stage and a point in my life to where I'm kind of focused on building.
Okay, yes.
So for me, a relationship right now will kind of block me from doing what I
Well,
want
let me
to
ask
do.
you this, okay? Because that's a very good point. So, do you get to a point that you're so successful that then you begin to look for a partner? Is it possible to have a partner that helps you build? It's kind of like your cheerleader in a sense.
That's always possible. Those options are open, but where are they?
Right.
Okay.
And then you got to get a partner that's going to support you throughout every event that you do. Because, Luke, you be all over the place, and it's good to see Tiffany on the scene.
Yes.
That's
you
good.
know. But even with that, you have to understand that you are an individual. And overall, the individual has to know what drives them. You, of course, hopefully you have your friends to help you, family to help you, and it would be nice if you have that partner. But at the end of the day, the drive has to come within you. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I don't wait for somebody to give me kudos to make it. It's good to have.
Sometimes it's good. You need it.
It
though.
is.
That's what it's
I don't know about
He's
a
on
need.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
what
he's not
It's all about support.
Yes,
It's support.
it's a thing where the support is always good. It's always good to hear you're doing a great job. But some people don't move unless they get that. And you should not be in that position where if someone doesn't tell you that you've done a good job at the end of the day, you don't stop. Because like we said about the whole thing about the passion, it has to be within. Because there's going to be days where there's long days and you're going to be like, why am I doing this? There's not going to be, not everything is going to be a ABC special or a movie where there's always a happy ending. Hopefully there will be a happy ending. But it has to be at a point where you, and then for me, like, success. How do I define success? I really can't define that right now. I don't know when I'm going to be like, all right, this is it. This is enough. I just know I'm having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing. I'm meeting great people, and I'm having a good, like you said, people are coming to me now for information, mentoring them. People. All the time.
Don't be adding no titles. Don't be adding no titles.
I mean, I have assistants, you know what I'm saying, that come and be like, hey, we want information on how to be in this industry.
No, I'm joking.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, the success is hard to define when you're at that point.
Right.
So, do you stop finding, and I think one of the best ways to find people that are potential is through mutual friends.
Right.
I feel that's a good way to find people because
we
So
can
I
discuss
just-
that.
Okay.
I just want to go back to the original question. So I wouldn't say that. I know you said where would you find. I don't think that it's a place to be found. It kind of just finds you.
Right.
So you can be in 7-Eleven. You can be in the bathroom. You
Now
can
let
be
me
in
just
church.
say this. Let me just say this because this is another thing, right? So when you first see somebody, it's visual, right? You
For
see
the most
somebody at
part.
like a 7-Eleven, at like a bar, at like a club. It's that visual. Yes, they catch my eye, right? But normally 9 times out of 10, that visual will only last for a period of
For a
time.
little
You
bit
know
of
what I'm
time.
saying?
You're right.
Then you got to figure out, am I compatible with this person? And that's why I said a mutual friend comes in because they know how you are and they know how that person is. So they can be like, okay, I think you would be a good fit for this person. You know
But
what I'm
even
saying?
in that
always
situation,
work.
it's
They don't always
good and
work.
bad.
That's
Those
always
are
on
good and
outside.
bad
Yeah,
things.
sometimes.
And I say that because what happens when the situation doesn't work out? You know what I'm saying? Then it sometimes, depending on the type of people they are, it can cause a hostile environment and then it puts you in the middle sometimes. But you have to know the people that you're connecting as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because people sometimes will have a tendency to turn in the situation. That's just like when you was talking about, you know, about success. I always tell people that relationships are built on going through things, trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And knowing the person that you're with and understanding them and wanting to stay with them and wanting to get to know them. See, everybody nowadays doesn't really take the time to get to know anybody. So when there are problems, they can just run out the door.
Well,
But that's why so many relationships don't work.
There's no dating anymore.
Preach,
People
man.
don't even
Preach.
date anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what's a date nowadays? They go straight to it.
Yeah.
I go straight to dinner. But one good relationship that we have is all of us towards each other.
Yes.
We all
Definitely. I
have
love my
that
family.
bond. We always support each other. We're
True,
always
true.
at the next event. Even if it's 2 of us or 3 of us or all of us, our relationship that we have amongst each other is pretty much all that I need when it comes to my modeling or
Aww.
any event.
Come on,
I
son.
know.
That's very true because, like you say,
Because we
one
started
thing
from the
that
bottom.
we did start very much from the bottom.
Yeah.
But as you said, you need. It's good to have cheerleaders, and they can come in many form fashions. It can be a mom, dad. It can be brother, sister, aunt, uncle. In this particular case, we are a group of like-minded individuals that are of the same, you know, pretty much age demographic.
Right.
I'm probably the youngest one in the group.
Whoa!
Next up.
Wait a minute.
Does mic work?
Hold
Does
on.
mic work?
These microphones. Hold
Okay.
on. Let me tell my story. Don't cut me off. If I'm the youngest one in my story, I'm the youngest one in my story. It's my story. But I mean, like you said, I mean, it's good that we have this. So, kind of, you know, walking down that line again. So, I don't feel as though you need that individual that is a potential mate to push you because I have other individuals that are pushing me, and they may not be in that position. And so, if I have a person that I'm attracted to, we have good conversation, we are compatible, but then I am into what I'm into as far as modeling.
Right.
Does that automatically X them out of the conversation?
No,
No,
but what
it
I
doesn't.
want to
It
say,
doesn't.
what I want to say with that is, I understand that you get it from your family, but when you have your significant other, it's very important to have that support as well, no matter what
Yeah,
the
I mean,
case
it's an
is.
acceptance of what you do. But they
That's
don't
just
necessarily have to be your cheerleader. They don't necessarily have to push you per se.
But it may take that.
But
It may
then I
take-
beg to differ when it comes to that, only because no matter, like you said, you love modeling.
Mhm.
But if
I don't bother.
But if your significant other likes race car driving, you still want to support them in some type of way.
Yes,
No matter
yes,
what the case is, and you want to show some type of effort. You may not love it at all, but you want to take that on and make them feel like because it's something that they love, you love it as well. When you don't have that support system, it is not always a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to go with me to every show or every race car event that I go to, but I definitely want to know that it's something that you can at least try to take interest in. And so many times people will not focus on the things that you like as well as what they like. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they try to find people within what they like that enjoy what they're doing, and then that creates more of a problem because you have a liking to that person after a while.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. You may take that one person that's not doing exactly what you do, so that way you guys can be more compatible because you can share, they can share, and you guys can come together, and that brings about your communication. You have an open line of communication going on because of unlike things that you guys are working towards.
And for the record, when I get a boyfriend, you have to go to all my shows. It's mandatory.
But then I mean, you almost said that semi-jokingly, but let me just ask you this. If he doesn't, then is he automatically X'd out?
Yes. No games.
I think
Come see me.
if I have a significant other and, he can't make it to every event, it's not going to be a problem, Just be there when I need you to be there.
Exactly. Or have a legitimate reason
counts
why
the
you
most,
cannot be there.
you know?
And it goes both ways. Let's say that this other individual, they have something they're passionate about. Are you going to go to each and every one of their events?
Probably not. But you have other things to do as well.
Exactly. You have to understand that mother duties, they may be going to school, they may be working a full-time job. It has to be a compromise, and the conversation has to be had early. So I got a few rules. I'm gonna throw some of these rules out there. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to chime in as I put these rules. These rules, of course, are for my listeners. And we'll go from there. So for you gentlemen out there, don't try to fix her problems. All right? When a young lady comes to you and she tells you about her day, tells you about an event, most women they want you to listen. They want you to sympathize. They don't always want you to fix the problem. What do y'all feel about that?
True. Yeah, that's true. Go ahead, Jazz. You feel like
But you also want to make
No,
it
you
comfortable
can-
for her as
Yeah,
well.
you can give me, feedback on it.
Okay.
You don't have to fix my problems. You can listen. You can give me your input as well, because you never know what you can get out.
So don't just sit there and just listen and just be
Right.
that doorknob that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Acknowledge, how you feel about the situation, but don't necessarily. A lot of guys will be like, "Well, let me go fix the problem." You know
No,
what
I
I'm
don't need you
saying?
to fix it because I can fix it myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You want to be something. You want to, yes.
No, but when you say give feedback, just to chime in on that feedback, you got to be careful about that.
Very true.
You have to be very careful because if you're looking for feedback, I can say the wrong thing.
Sometimes
I
it
can
can
say
be
the wrong thing.
unsolicited feedback, but every feedback ain't always positive either. So some things you need to hear. You might not want to hear them, but you need to hear them.
Right.
As long as it doesn't have a malicious intent to it, like you're there to support the person, regardless. Now you can give them information, you know what I'm saying. But like you said, you can give them an honest information, but you can't just go out deliberately trying to hurt their feeling. Like,
Right.
well, say, well, you did this wrong and it's your fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't
Bruce,
do
you
things
hurt
like
my
that.
feelings a few times before.
I have no recollection of that situation.
All right. So, all right. How about this? Set boundaries early in a relationship. Set boundaries early.
Absolutely.
What your expectations are, and vice versa, what they expect from you. That should be put out there early in a relationship.
Like no feet on your couch.
Yes, that is very important for some. Remember that one. Okay.
We argued about that situation.
That was involved out there.
We airing dirty laundry.
That came from somewhere.
I'm not, but I mean, it was thrown out there.
Deep down from somewhere.
You better not put your feet on my couch. That's all that's
lesson learned.
But I definitely think that, well, I don't know. Like, how do you come out and be like, look, these are the boundaries?
No. Now, we're not saying that you just come out there and have, but just
You setting your expectations.
yes. But I mean, this is a conversation that we're having in a sense of you and I and the individual talking. This is not like putting out a pad, but if something comes up, make it known early in the relationship so it's not a surprise. Like, don't let it get away the first time and then 3 months later, like, you know, by the way, I can't stand it when you do this. Get it out there early. You know what I'm saying? That way they're aware of that.
But here's the thing with that, man. You can't really say what you can't stand, what you can't do. You just gotta let the relationship flow. And whenever he presents himself, then bring it to the attention. Bring it to the
Okay, so
table.
that leads to my next.
So that's a
my
surprise.
next
I
rule.
like that.
You know what I mean?
Work through your issues together.
Please.
You know, issues are gonna arise in any relationship. I don't care what it is, but you two should be able to talk about it, you know, and have an understanding. And then, if need be, table it. You know, don't just let things fester. Get it out there, work through the issue together as two individuals, two adults, 'cause that's what adults do. You talk about your conversation. Like I said, you may not come to a agreement. It may be one of those agree, disagree type of situations, but at least you know where you both stand on the situation.
I
You know what I'm
agree
saying?
with that. I agree with that. And here's the thing. I'm guilty of this. I used to be. I've
Probably still
grown
am.
from this. When I'm in a relationship and I tend to bottle a lot of stuff up together, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then I will wait till later to kind of explode on it. So now I'm bringing up stuff that I don't really need to because it was like 3-4 weeks ago. But now I try to learn to talk about it right
Well,
then and
don't
there.
girls
That's
just
good.
you have done something. They bring up something from like 5 years ago. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
people-
5 years
yeah.
ago,
Don't try
we
it.
was at the
That was-
Steak and Shake, and you didn't get my salt. I asked you to get off the counter.
Don't do that.
Y'all don't do that.
Don't do
So
that.
Okay.
you mentioned that obviously communication is very vital to every relationship, but not everyone is on the same maturity level.
Right.
As far as-
True.
So
And so
It
that's
becomes
so.
challenging.
Well, this.
But that's where you grow.
There you go. Well, two things can happen
You
there.
better talk.
You can say we grow as a unit, or this is not going to work. That's an option as
Exactly.
well. You know, you would like to grow with the person, but if they're not mature enough to grow with you, then you have to be mature enough to say, okay, this is where this ends. But then you understand we're on the same shit of music.
Right.
All right. Next rule:
Professional at cutting
make
people.
time for your friends and other activities.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No, you need that.
Yes.
You need definitely.
And
need
that goes with the whole fashion show thing. This person may not like fashion shows, but you force them to go to a fashion show. Go with your friends that love fashion shows. That way y'all can be there and have a mutual conversation with not just a person just there, just sitting there looking, and you ain't got nothing to talk about because they don't like what's going on. So you have that. That's why, you know, I think we roll so because I can be with you guys, we'll do one thing, and I can be with my partner, we'll do something together, and it's two different things.
Right.
But we have that time together that we know that we like to do, family things, other things. And then when I'm with my folks that we like to do fashion shows, step it out because I can do a mean two-step, then we out there doing that.
No,
You know what I'm
you
talking
can't.
about?
It's
How you
also
You are like the
Two
worst
left feet.
dancer in the group.
it's
Two
also
left feet.
healthy to
That works.
have those nourish those relationships because you're with your spouse or your significant other 24/7.
Right.
Or whatever the case, the living arrangement may be. But you have to have time to still grow with your friends
Yes.
and continue that
And
relationship.
other activities. Just understand that you can be in a relationship with the person and have activities that you do
without-
apart.
Mhm.
That's
I
okay.
think that's vital. Like
Yeah.
you have to have your own time away. You have to have your own time away from your significant other.
Yeah,
or
don't be a
else
bugaboo,
y'all gonna
yo.
get sick of each
Oh,
other,
what?
you
Don't
know?
be a
You gotta have
bugaboo.
your own time.
I think
Nobody wants that.
unintentionally the military is good for this because time away is, I think, vital to a relationship. I think people that are away for a long period sometimes because you have that miss you. You have time to miss you. And that way when you're around, it's almost like the honeymoon phase all over again. People always talk about the honeymoon phase. Honeymoon phase is when you first meet. All right, and everything is hunky-dory. And then if you're with each other all the time, you kind of lose that. But if you're gone, you know, whether it be for a bid, whether it be for a
You had to put that in there, though?
underway,
You had to
you know,
put
whether
the
it
bid
be
in
for
there?
business, you know what I'm saying? Like that time is available for you guys to kind of miss each other.
But you know, I say to that, it's the going phrase of the golden days. Distance makes the heart grow fond.
Yes, very much,
So
very much.
when you're apart, when you're away from each other, you know, I miss you.
Mm-hmm.
I can miss you. That's my opportunity. So then when we come back together, It's fireworks.
Also, I don't think that Luke has ever revealed to us before, but I think he was crying at that magazine release that Diggs had you in.
I was
How
not
long were we?
crying.
We
You
haven't
was
seen
crying?
each other in like 6 months.
It wasn't
so
no
busy.
6
Yes, it
months.
was.
I couldn't make it out to that.
It was a
wasn't.
nice
It
little
was about
stretch.
3 months.
Look, and then when
It's
all
the
of
one
us
that
went.
came to the spot.
Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
all of us went, and when we all
Right.
walked in, Luke called me and was just like, I was kind of teary eyed, like we all showed up. So
Yo, she
I mean, you can
exposed
admit it,
exposed
Luke.
you.
Yeah,
Come on,
he
yo.
saw.
Hold on.
Black book coming out.
I will say this.
he was emotional.
It was unexpected, and that's unexpected in a good way because, like you said, we had not seen each other in such a long time, and we, as a group, we used to be like a weekly
Every
day, like,
Wednesday.
every Wednesday was our day.
I don't know what
We
happened to
get
that,
back
by
to
the
that
way.
though. We get
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Luke got famous, and then he cut our Wednesday.
I'm on Famous Radio Live though, but I'm not famous.
We need to bring our Wednesdays back though.
Right on. Okay, with that, don't take your partner for granted.
Very
No,
true.
yeah.
And so many people in life
In so
do
many
that,
ways.
and they don't realize that they do it. They don't even notice.
You want to raise your voice up?
I mean, I can't. My
Dr.
voice is
Love.
the way it is.
I would
Okay,
say that
all
I
right.
would say when you're in a relationship, treat your spouse as if you guys first dated.
Right, absolutely.
Don't get into the relationship and a month
Get
later, 2 months
complacent.
later, you get complacent. You don't do the things that you normally,
Yes.
that
I think
keep
within
it
a
professional.
relationship, with
You know?
the granted, understand this, if you have an attractive man or an attractive woman, that person is wanted by someone else.
Yeah.
Even if it's not you, they're one of us. So treat them as if you understand, hey, this person is still wanted. So if I'm not doing it, somebody get in there, somebody fill that gap, you know what I'm saying? Then I can't be upset because, as they say, I took them for granted. So as you say, the wooing phase of the relationship, it should never go away. It can be dormant. It can be not everybody. I mean, do small things that let that person know you still, appreciate them. You still have a desire for them because that's how people. It is, in my opinion, a necessity to
The
be
human
wanted
trait.
by your mate. You know what I'm saying? If you're not wanted by them, then who are you wanted by? You know what I'm saying? All right. And
Yeah,
then
don't-
finally,
don't-
By somebody.
Speak it, love,
Don't
doctor.
lose your pride over somebody you love.
lose your
You know
pride.
what I mean?
Speak on it.
Cause
Don't lose your
Lose your pride. Sound like Mufasa in here.
everything gotta relate back to Africa. I'm gonna tell you. Every time I talk, say something.
Come in with them.
Even with my dances, man, they gotta relate back to Africa. I don't know why they do that. It ain't like we all ain't from over there somehow.
Yeah. That's where
But
everybody,
yeah, I'm gonna take that away right quick though. But I'm originally from there. You know what I'm saying?
Right
I'm
on.
gonna speak on that. Relationship, back to
All right.
relationship goals.
And then my final rule for this session:
I'm
if
talking,
it's
you're
time
talking.
to move on, move on.
Yeah.
That's dead weight.
That's
It's stressful. It's just dead weight. Like let it go. It's
No.
time to work.
When is it time to move on though? You can't is it counseling? Isn't like a process when you just say
A
I'm
woman
done
knows.
with it?
You know when you are fed
But
up.
this is the thing, all right? Counseling is a two-way street. The two individuals have to be willing to go to counseling and also be active participants. So if you are trying to make the relationship work and you can clearly see your partner is not, it's time to move on.
Right.
Now, as you say, there can be rough patches. There can be counseling necessity, but you have to be both working towards that common goal of coming back together. One person cannot keep a relationship together.
Everything is not worth counseling. Women, we know when we got that gut
Mm-hmm.
intuition.
That intuition never lies.
It never lies.
At all.
And when your mind and your heart both say the same thing, that's when you know when it's time to walk away. Because normally you know that heart will play with you and that mind will go against you. You be going back and forth, but when they both line up, girl, you better grab them bags and it's time to go because you will be sitting there lonely and listening to calling doctor,
but you'll still feel like
you're
you're
lonely.
single.
Like you gotta be by yourself and all that other stuff. Go ahead,
I
Boo.
believe another time that you know when it's time to let it go is when it becomes abusive or aggressive or
Oh, well, if it's abusive, you should get out of that relationship right away, in my opinion. The abuse is not going to stop. It's not going to get better. A person will say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But all it's going to take is for that next time the trigger is hit, and it'll happen again. And then you have to begin to ask yourself, okay, why am I holding on?
Women and men.
And a lot of times, the problem that will keep everybody together is children. Unfortunately, children will keep a person in an abusive relationship. And you have to understand that keeping a child in that relationship is not good for you.
Right.
It's not good for the child.
It's damaging.
So, outstanding information. Hopefully these rules have been very important. I got to pay a few more bills, and we're going to close out. This has been an outstanding show. If you guys have any questions, you definitely hit me on my social media handles. This is Dapper Luke, the Dapper Hour. I'll be right back.
Locking everybody down.
No, it wasn't, man.
Big ol'
Arm is too big.
Chill. Piggyback on that though.
When is
We're
it
not
time
live.
to go?
Yeah, when is it really time to go?
I'm
Wait a minute, guys.
That's different for every person.
It's time to go. When you start getting disgusted at looking at that person every day, it's time to go.
It is, because when y'all feel like it's time to go, like women feel like it's time to go, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I can the next nigga in my ear, the next dude in my ear and shit. Like, but no, check me out. But you can also talk to like your best friend or have you different perspective on like what you did wrong, what you could have did better. You know what I'm saying? Because when you feel like it's time to go, you women just like act on it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's time to go. He did this. He did this again. You know what I'm saying? But he's really a good guy that.
Not if
What is a good guy?
No, but listen.
What is a good guy and a good girl?
People change though, like you know what I'm saying?
I'm not
why
gonna
do
sit around and
you? Yeah,
wait
why
for
wait
it
for
to
somebody to
change.
change?
If you love somebody, you're not gonna do it.
No,
whatever.
Hold on, Rob. We're talking about the beginning of a relationship. If you're in a marriage,
If
you
you're talking about
have
the beginning of a
children,
relationship, then that's different. I'm talking about like.
When
You
we
do
talk
dumb
about the
shit
marriage,
when you
get
dating and
that's
you
a
talking
whole
and you
different.
trying to
That's a whole
figure
different
each other
level.
out.
When you start
Cross the
dating,
line and
when you just start dating, go, you can leave it at whatever point.
so that's what we're talking about. This is the beginning. We're not talking about. I'm not talking about if you're in a committed relationship or if you're in a
But
marriage.
we didn't specify what we said though. We said like, how do you know?
When it's time to go. I
When it's
thought it
time
was
to go.
talking about you in actual relationship.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought too. Active relationship. Like,
You talking about in a marriage?
No, I was
Period. Any situation. Like you knew it was time to part ways with old crazy girl.
Yes, I did.
Right. You had that gut feeling.
I was like,
and
this
you
ain't
just
right.
cut her off. Exactly.
But
Who are you talking about? Alice babe?
Patrice, yeah.
Well,
Alice,
see, now,
baby
see,
mama.
that's the difference.
She's crazy anyway. She
Yo,
takes
she-
everybody talking.
That's
about
the case, 'cause she flipped on me.
I'm glad
That ain't got no
I'm
sound
glad
to
they
it.
didn't give
Yes.
her.
Yeah.
It does.
Yes.
Oh, it don't even matter. She crazy.
It's gonna be on.
But
It's
look,
gonna be on.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
everybody.
Yeah,
knows.
she flipped. She flipped on me, and I ain't
But
done
it's
that too.
not easy for women to walk away.
It's not.
Like because we love hard and it really takes
No, I
every
think maybe this is all. I think maybe
Okay,
this
y'all
is
do
all.
what I'm telling you. Like with a woman, like we
Change,
really,
change,
it takes a lot
Okay,
for us
let me do this.
to walk away.
Let me close out these last 5 minutes.
And
We can go exactly.
You can have a conversation.
Sip it in, and we can do what we gotta do. I got 5 minutes to close it out.
How much?
Okay.
Look, 5 minutes.
There is no more. I got time for this. We just gonna close out. Upcoming events. Next week's show, and then everybody will have an opportunity, do your social media plug, and your upcoming events.
Just so my phone is dead, so they're gonna just
God.
y'all get my Instagram.
I gotta have y'all back next month probably, so
You
y'all
want
gotta
the
be ready.
personal or do you want the model one?
Birthday's next month. Don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'll let you know.
You ain't gonna tell nobody.
25, 26, what you gonna be?
27.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah, me and Luke had an argument the other day. Jess, how old are you?
28.
Well,
How
first
old
of
did
all,
I say?
first of all, I'm the oldest guy in the group. So,
Are you?
yeah.
You said she was like 26. I
I
said
thought
no.
she was.
You the oldest guy in the group. She thought
I
it was
thought
you.
she was the
I'm not the
baby.
oldest guy in the group. I'm the youngest guy in the group.
No, Alan's the baby. And he acts like the baby.
It's Alan, and then it's Robert. No.
Dennis Lou.
You look oh,
Dennis
really.
Lou. No, Dennis
I didn't
Lou.
cut my hair there.
Dennis. Kenny.
Huh?
How old is Ken?
Me and Hannah is the same age.
No,
Hannah-
boy, ain't
Ken is the granddaddy. He just fine. Ken just
Me,
fine.
Hannah, and Kenny the same age.
Spell fan.
I'm just
Spell
going
fan.
with
Fine.
Spell fan.
Where?
Ken.
Hold on.
I didn't know Ken was up there.
Welcome back to the Dapper Hour. That was just an outstanding, just 10, 15 minutes of information. Hopefully you got some good rules out of that and some good feedback. And it was good to have some ladies in there to kind of give their input. So next week, what's coming up? Well, actually this weekend, I'm going to be at the T. Rose Bridal Show up in Maryland, Greenbelt, close to DC, hosting the Man Cave once again. Going to have a couple of my model friends up there with me. So if you're in the DC area, come on up. Sunday, July 16th, 12 to 3 p.m., Greenbelt. You know anybody that's trying to get married, come on out there. Next week, Utopia, Saturday, July 22nd, 8 to 12 a.m. That's a nighttime event. Pool party out there in Walton Park, Richmond, Virginia. My Glam RS folks are going to be out there doing really big things. They want me to host that as well. Also, we know we have the Dapper Happy Hour every other weekend at Island Twist. That'll be going on next week, the 21st. Make sure you definitely check that out. And then we're going to close out the month of July with the Surface Warrior Ball. That's July 29th. That's going to be from 6 to 11 p.m. at the Founders Inn out there in good old Virginia Beach, Virginia. So next week's show is going to be a great show. I'm going to have a group of folks coming on talking about the Zerbita brand and bringing on a product called Zeal. So listen out for them. We're going to have Prince Heath, Selena Brown, and Greg Smith all on. It's going to be a job opportunity, or should I say a career. We don't just want to have a job, a career opportunity. I also want some health benefits. So before I definitely close it out, I got to have my model gang folks kind of give their social media information. You can look out for them. We'll definitely have them back on here. So everybody just kind of give me your social media. Let the folks out there in Famous Radio Live let them know who you are and where they can find you at.
I got a cold, I'm sorry. Instagram, Jasmine Deanna, JAZMIN .DAUNA. Same on Facebook. That's my modeling page.
Yeah. My Instagram, I believe, is Latoya _8181. That's my Instagram. And I also have my fashion line Instagram. That's Latoya _Divine. And my Facebook is Latoya Lady Divine Brown.
Go ahead, Dan.
All right, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Ken the Model. That's Ken the Model. And shout out to Selena Brown. I know that girl.
Okay, right on.
Who's Selena? You cheating on me. This your girl, Latanya Simone. My Facebook, Latanya Simone, spelled with an A, Latanya Simone. My Instagram is the same, but it's Latanya _Simone. Make sure y'all check me out and follow. I follow back.
This Instagram is a smooth Billy D. Instagram, I guess, I'm no old, so I don't really always know. But.
Hey guys, it's your girl Kat. So Instagram and Snapchat, Prodigy Model.
Hey.
It's the African Dandada. IG, Instagram, Gambia25, Facebook, Robert Sangan, you know what I mean? NDOW. Alright? Crown Fit.
Right on, right on. Thank y'all very much. I am Dapper Luke. You can always see me on any of my social media tags. Dapper, DAPPERLUQ. Y'all already know me, but I'll be back on here. Famous Radio Live, the Dapper Hour next week. Shout out to my family for coming in. Really love y'all. Glad y'all coming in. We had an outstanding time. And we'll see y'all next week on the Dapper Hour. Dapper, I'm out.
You're time to bet.
Yeah. That was good.
Back to what we were
Now,
saying.
that ain't
Listen.
Listen, her.
We get tired of y'all.
Can you actually take
And
it
y'all
off?
shit.
Oh, yeah, she got she started with that.
I need to reapply.
I'm not dealing with
I do have some really great looking model brothers and
I'll show you what
sisters.
it is.
This episode was
Y'all,
really
could y'all look
good.
at the group chat?
Come on.
Everybody look at the group chat. Everybody go look at the group chat right quick.
Why? What's the name of the
What happened?
Just one of them.
One of them.
Oh, y'all go look at y'all didn't put I'm on live.
Yeah.
We need to get off live.
I think you need to
Hold
start
on,
getting
this
this
thing right here is still recording. Hold on, let me cut this off.
Right.
What you say?
That's so petty.
What did I say? Dad, what you say?
Let me
Hold on, I gotta hear it.
Stupid.
Gotta give us a heads up.
For what? She can't bring kids and she was together. So.
Could've been